Good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 10. Oh my gosh, it is December 10th. What do I know that happens on December 10th? Somebody's birthday? I don't know. Anyway, our elves hid 10 candy canes and the kids are going to find them. They're somewhere around the house. Okay, you want to start looking?
Yeah.
We may have to turn on a light or two because it's dark in here today.
No fighting. No fighting.
Oh, you found one. Where was that? Alright, Logan.
You're fighting all of them.
Piper, quit whining. Duncan,
Yes,
Keith had one. Can't reach it.
Stuck in that candle. The hole with the hole.
Wait.
How many have you found?
Here.
3? No more.
You can each find 5. There's 10.
This is really good.
What's that face for?
Hello.
Your stomach hurts? How come? Oh, her tummy hurts.
Oh, that's sad.
You go and lay down a little bit longer. You don't have to get up quite yet. I have had nothing but trouble today with not only iMovie, but with YouTube. It's just been a pain in my tuchus all day long. Irritating. Oy. Kids are actually outside taking a walk for PE. Usually we do, not we, I don't, they do, yoga for their PE. It's like a 25 to 30 minute yoga thing that's on, I forget what it's called, Cosmic Kids Yoga maybe. It's on YouTube. And they do it 3 days a week. We have PE for 25 minutes to a half an hour a day. So 3 times a week for 25 minutes to a half an hour. And in the summer, they did a lot of rollerblading or bike riding. We went on the bike path. We took long walks on the bike path. Sometimes we would try to incorporate our PE with our science if it worked out, which was fun because then you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But on our lesson plan for today, because it's December, I had yoga. But it is, look at this weather for today. Let's see if I can do that. It is 55 degrees. Can you believe that? It is December flippin' 10th, and it is 55 freaking disease. It is 55 freaking degrees. It's 55 degrees, and like, it's supposed to be warm for the next 3 days. 54, 55. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I sent them outside to do their I sent them outside to do their PE today, and they were thrilled. They were just like, yeah, we can go outside and take a walk. So they are walking around the hood. They should probably be back soon. What are you guys doing? What are you doing, Moxie girl? Oh, hi, I'm just so excited to see you, Mama. Yes, I will stretch for you. See, I stretch for you. Yes, I'm stretching. And what's Stanley doing? Oh, Stanley is sneezing. That means he's going to bark. So that is really all that is happening right now. We are just kind of, this is the last subject of school, so when they get home, they are done for the day, and they can make their lunch, and the public school kids should be getting out of school. Oh, here they come. Here comes Piper. And there's Logan. The public school kids should be getting home. Oh, they are getting the mail from the mailman. Sweet. should be, the public school kids should, they're your children. Why would you bark? So anyway, before I saw that you guys were coming, I was saying that the public school kids should be getting out of school in an hour, and then our neighbors, one of the neighbors the kids play with almost every day, after he finishes his homework, I'm sure he will be over here to hang out, and you guys can go play if you want. Are you going to play outside? Yeah. Oh. Piper is...
The person who never plays outside.
Piper is, she doesn't play outside a whole lot because, well, Piper has, I don't know if we should discuss this. I guess we can. Should we discuss your head?
Sure.
So, a few years ago,
like 3,
this will be Piper's story. Piper was on a trampoline, and she did something called a dolphin dive.
To try to get into the door without, with just having, because it was broken, so we tried to get in. So we tried to get in.
And she cracked her head, and she got a concussion. And the doctors told her not to go back in a bouncy house.
He said, just make sure you don't do it for a few weeks.
Yeah, he said don't go on a trampoline for a few weeks. Yeah. But a couple of days later, the neighbor, who doesn't live there anymore, different neighbor, talked her into going back in the trampoline, and she hurt her head again. So she hurt her head again. We ended up back at the emergency room, and I believe
it was at night.
That time we actually stayed overnight,
because
so that night, the second time, we ended up staying the night at the hospital. Yeah. And soon after that happened, well, actually not too soon, several months after that happened, Piper started having horrible migraines. They were like debilitating. They would put her in bed. She would get sick to her stomach. They were terrible. I've only had a migraine, I think, twice in my life. I have headaches from my stroke. And before my stroke, I would just have a headache, and then once a month or whatever.
A year after that, I started having seizures.
Yes, and then a year later, she started having seizures, and through a lot of tests, we went through a lot of tests.
Yes, I had an MRI.
We had a couple of MRIs and CTs. Yeah. We had a couple CAT scans and a lot of the EEGs where they put the stuff on your head. Yeah. Had some of those. Had a very in-depth one.
Lotion.
Where we went to the Lurie's Children's Hospital in Chicago, and after many tests, she was diagnosed with a
head injury.
Severe head injury, a chronic head injury. I can't remember, something head injury. Yeah. And that is one of the reasons why we homeschool, is because to keep Piper's migraines. Piper was having migraines like 2 or 3 times a week.
I was in regular school and I was under a flickering light every time.
Yeah, and she was having seizures in school. Nobody even noticed because her seizures aren't like the kind of seizures that you think of when you think of a seizure. She was having these other kinds of seizures. Because there's many different kinds of seizures, and the kind she was having, the teacher wasn't even noticing that she was having them.
Rude.
No, that's not. She just didn't know what to look for.
And I always did this, and then I sit down with my head on the table for like an hour. Mm-hmm.
So part of so Piper has not had a migraine. Well, she claims she hasn't had a migraine since January. I think she had a migraine 2 weeks ago and just didn't tell me. Because she had every single symptom of a migraine, but she doesn't like her migraine medicine. So I think she just didn't tell me because she didn't want to take her medicine. But that's beside the point because she will not fess up to it. But I can tell by the look on her face that I'm right. She had a seizure. When was your seizure? About 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago. Again, they're not like the kind of typical seizures where what you would think of. It's a different kind of a seizure. I forget what they're called. So anyway, I burnt myself. Oh. Is that funny? Yeah. So anyway, there's a spot on my coat, on my sweatshirt, and it's the flame was too high on the oven. Let's see if I can get a picture of it. Right there. The flame was too high on the oven one day when I was making like mac and cheese or something, and it burnt. I was like, "What's that smell? Oh my gosh, I'm on fire!"
Is your sweatshirt burned?
So back to the brain. So, traumatic brain injury. That's what she has. A traumatic brain injury. That's what she was diagnosed with. So, part of the way that we keep Piper from having migraines is we do not let her go outside if it's above 85 degrees. And we do not let her go outside if it's below 32 degrees. And we have found by doing that she doesn't have migraines. We also have found that a good sleep schedule and not being around flashing lights, and she sometimes will get migraine-y if things get too crowded or loud. So we try to keep her away from super loud, like we don't go to concerts with her, which is a bummer because our town has some really... she loves listening to music. Well, we try not to get things too loud. Because we've been doing this for a couple of years, we can see it in her face when something's happening, so we try to fix it right away.
Would I still be able to go to a Miranda Sings concert?
I don't know, because I'm not really quite sure what her concerts are like.
What the heck?
What the heck?
You know,
so that is the story of Piper and her brain. Yay. She's so cute, though, isn't she? Sweetie cute. Yes. High five. Give me a kiss. I love you.
Love you too.
Hello. It is 3:21. We're doing a quick check-in. I am watching Polished Way's video. She's so awesomely funny. And I'm still waiting for my vlog from yesterday, day 9, to upload. I have, it looks like 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes remaining. Oy. Having a snack, Nature Box sweet and salty nut medley. I love Nature Box. They are not a sponsor of this video. I've been using Nature Box for a lot longer than I've been making videos, that's for sure. But they're good. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. They're delish. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh wait, you're watching Mommy's videos. What a good girl.
That's me.
There's you. Oh gosh, there's so much Piper in one video. And what are you doing, Lo?
Watching her video.
You're watching Mom's videos. Yay!
It's called watching Mom's.
Mom, everyone's watching Mom's videos. It's very smart. Hello, my friends. It is 5 p.m. and I'm getting ready to make dinner. Tonight's dinner is Southwest chicken bake. I have not made this before. It seems very simple. It only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. The only problem is that you have to cook it in the oven at 425, and it's warm outside, which means my house is going to get terribly hot. But oh well.
Is it like chicken strips?
It's a chicken. It's like a casserole. It's chicken and sour cream, and oh, we're gonna try it. Oh, don't make that face. That's the same face that Mackenzie made. She already said, I don't think I'm gonna eat that. So whatever. I'm gonna I'm gonna make guacamole to go with it. You like guacamole?
I do. I do like it.
Oi, oi is all I can say in my favorite Bridget Jones voice. Oi. I've also been knitting a little bit. I'm making this scarf for my BFF. It's purple, which is her favorite color. She knows I'm making it, so it's not a big deal. But I don't know.
Yeah, you were supposed to make it like...
No, I was never supposed to make it. After I had my stroke, I had a lot of trouble knitting using my right hand. And at the time, I was making an Afghan, a big, huge Afghan, on a big loopy thing with knitting needles that are attached. I don't know. But I can't. The the yarn is so thick that it was very hard for me to use my right hand. So I stopped using it. And I was telling my doctor about it, and my doctor said, well, if you are really interested in knitting, which I am, he said, just start small. And this yarn is super easy to work with. It just glides over And I don't know if I have any knitter friends out there, I love bamboo knitting needles. I love them more than the plastic ones. I love them more than the metal ones. I love the bamboo. I think they're a little bit more pricey, but they are just so, they're so nice to work with. They you
have 2 pairs of those and then like one pair of those big ones.
No, I have like 6 or 7. I found a whole bunch. So anyway, I don't knit like I used to before my stroke, but I have been picking it up a little bit more often. It's a pretty color. Since the weather has changed, although now it's changing again back to spring.
In May, you were working on a blanket.
Right, I was working on an Afghan. Yeah. Right, and I can't do that. I can only do 1 row, which is like 60 or 70 or 80. I don't remember how many stitches, but I get very tired, and So I have been working on this one for her, but I didn't really work on it over the summer because, you know, it's summer and who thinks about knitting a scarf during the summer? Probably real knitters. But I'm on the road to recovery. I can usually do, I think I've done 4 rows, and I don't feel super tired yet. My arm doesn't feel, I still feel like I could use my arm to make dinner, basically. I lost 50% strength in my arm after a stroke, my right arm, and I lost usage of my leg after a while. My right leg, I think I mentioned it in the stroke video, my right leg drags after I've been walking for a long time. But that is really all that is happening right now. Logan is with our wonderful, adorable neighbors playing hockey, I am sure. And Piper is watching a video, and Mackenzie's in her room, and the dogs are asleep on the couch, and Tom is finishing up his work day down in his office. That is really all that is happening right now. So maybe I'll show you this dinner after it gets made, before it gets put into the oven. I don't know. I really don't want to turn my oven on. It's going to get really warm in here. But it's all right. At least it's food, right? Sure. That's right. All right. Talk to you later. Good evening. We're doing an evening update. Dinner's done. Dishes are done. Coffee, nighttime coffee is done. Mug of the night is just an old-fashioned Starbucks mug. Ooh, pretty. I don't even know where we got that. Do you? Usually you know, Piper. Piper is playing Sims. Yeah. Of course. Hi, cutie patootie. Pretty much. I am looking for a new blade for Logan's hockey stick. He was playing hockey and it broke, and they glued it with Gorilla Glue. No,
our neighbor.
Our neighbor glued it with Gorilla Glue,
and then
Piper taped it to hold it together, but it's really broken right there. We just need the blade. It unscrews right there. You put a new blade on and you screw it in because the aluminum stick is fine. So I found one for $4.99 with free shipping. So I may order that. We are watching the Blackhawks. And that's about it. It's kind of quiet. I have a video to post of a craft that Piper and I did yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Yes, it was a couple days ago. The washi tape Christmas trees. And then I need to get this one off of this disc and set up for tomorrow morning. Kenzie is at Starbucks working on a paper for school. Logan is watching the Blackhawks game over there. He's been kind of quiet today. He feels fine. Took his temperature. Temperature's perfectly normal. But he's been quiet. I think he feels upset about his hockey stick. And he fell and hurt his elbow. So, but that is all that is going on right now. I guess we will check back in later. Peace.